Hey there you guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do a plant haul video. So I finally got my second shipment from Phoenix Perennials. They're out of BC. They do online sales, and I believe that they are also a actual garden center as well. So if you live in the BC area, check out Phoenix Perennials. If not, you can also check them out online, phoenixperennials.com. So in the past, I've had good success with Phoenix Perennials. Everything has come as it should, and I've gotten sizable plants, and everything looked really good, and it still does look really good. This time I had a few hiccups with the order. For one, if you watched my last video with my first unboxing, I didn't receive everything in the first shipment, and there was nothing in that shipment to tell me that there was a second shipment coming. It just left me up to guessing. Anyway, I contacted the company, and they replied relatively quickly within a few days, and lo and behold, I did have a second shipment coming, and I had to wait. What day did it arrive? It arrived on the 24th of June, so a good month and a half after the initial shipment. But I was looking online, and they could take up to June 30th, depending on when plants arrived. So that was okay. Had several back and forths with the company, and they always responded. Next, after I received this shipment, one of the items was not in the order, but this time they had an itemized list with all the prices and stuff of everything that I ordered, and it showed that that one had a crop failure. It was a Hemantha, a paintbrush lily. I believe it's in the Amaryllis family. I'll put the name down below what it was, but that's okay. I should have been reimbursed for that, but I was looking at my billing, and that wasn't reimbursed yet. So I reached out to them to check out my bill and see if there is money that I'm owed. So there's an ongoing thing with Phoenix Perennials. I have no doubt that they will iron things out and make it right, but I just wanted to put that first so that you're able to see this and make your choices. Anytime you're ordering online, make sure that what you're being billed for is actually what you're getting. Always check back, because you never know. Somebody could make a mistake. It could be you, could be them. Either way, as long as we all make it right? So we're in process. So anyway, let's just get into these plants. So the first one that I got, these are all garden plants, either perennials or just things I'm going to dig up and bring inside, like this Canna lily. This one here is Canna African Sunset. So this reminds me of the Petora Canna lily that I have, that has the green with white or yellow stripes. This one has an orange color to it, and I've always wanted one with orange colors, but usually they have that Canna virus. I forget what that one's called, the virus, but it distorts the leaves and you get streaking through the leaves, brown streaks. So it's really hard to find them without that anymore. This looks like it's pretty good, and there's lots of growth starting at the base of this pot. In shipping, it has leaned. It will straighten back out. So I can't wait to get this planted and see how it does. This is going to have beautiful orange flowers, as you could probably see there from the tag. Hopefully it's coming into focus and not looking at my face. So next plant, we'll go with a perennial. This is an Epimedium. I don't remember what type of Epimedium it is, whether it's rubra or whether it's something else. But anyway, this is called Bandit. And if you've never grown Epimedium before, I highly recommend it. It doesn't look great in the garden centers, except for when it flowers. The flowers are spectacular. I'll put some photos of what the flower looks like on this one. It's an understated plant. It's very wiry. And the leaves are so beautiful when they come out. They have this beautiful, for lack of better words, red, maroon margin. I'm not good with my colors, but a darker margin on the leaves, and they're just so beautiful. And this is a plant that grows okay in dry shade, and that's really a hard thing to get things to grow. I can't remember what zone this is hardy to. I think it's zone 3 or 4 is what Epimedium is hardy to. Correct me if I'm wrong. And yeah, I love it. I had it at the other house, and it was one of my favorite plants. It does what it does, and in the springtime, it's got beautiful blooms, and it's such an interesting plant. This one, I can't remember what they said, but this one's called Bandit. It's supposed to be a smaller variety. I heard, or I was reading, like 8 to 10 inches tall. So hopefully this is a mature sized plant, because if it gets any bigger than this, I'm not gonna like it so much. Well, I'll like it. Epimedium is beautiful, but I'm hoping to fill a small section of my garden. I don't want it to get massive. So we'll see how this grows. Either way, I'll really enjoy it. I think I'm gonna put it in the air conditioner garden because not much grows there. It dries out pretty quickly, and it's fairly shady. So I do grow some begonias over there, but as for perennials, they don't seem to survive. Not very well anyway. Another one that I got, actually I got 2 of these. These are types of Primula. What is this one? Bavarian Gandhi, I believe. And this one is called, I don't know what the, this is the tag. So this one here has a beautiful purple flower. They're such beautiful plants. These ones have more of a succulent type leaf. They're not super thick, but they're a lot thicker than the typical Primula that you get in the spring in the garden center. And I've always wanted these types. So these guys like it in a shadier spot, part shade, and they also like to be in a well-drained area. So I really need to amend my soil to make sure that I raise up the soil level so that it drains properly. In this garden, because of the clay, it tends to hold a lot of water, but maybe I'll add a little bit of drainage, lift the soil level up, and hopefully make these guys happy. So I got this one, which is the purple, and I got another variety here, which is kind of a browny red. It's such a beautiful one. Oh my goodness, the 2 of them together are going to look so gorgeous. And they're spring flowers, so I don't think that I will see any blooms from it this year. This is Hardy's Zone 3. It says part shade, soil moist but well drained, not soggy. And it says bloom time early to late spring. So springtime it is. I thought I saw a flower spike. There is not a flower spike, but you never know. Next on the list, I got a couple of Sempervivum, or Sempervivum. I'm not sure how you want to say it. This one is Grape Galaxy. So when it comes to hens and chicks, these guys are super hardy, and they're super collectible. Like I said, this one's called Grape Galaxy, and look at that matte purple finish on that plant. I wonder if it's going to be like the gold nugget, where in the summertime it kind of fades out and kind of looks a little bit normal, and then when you get the cold stress over winter, it gives that immense color. In the springtime, my gold nugget is stunning, but right now it's kind of a little bit muddled. It's still very yellowy orange, but it's not as gorgeous as it was in the early spring. And this is from a brand or a line called Chick Charms, and they have so many collectible types. So Grape Galaxy, what are your thoughts on that one? The other one that I have, it's also a Chick Charms. This one is a fairly new one to the market, but I have seen them. I noticed it last year, I think through Phoenix Perennials, but I started seeing it in garden centers locally, and I didn't know that I liked it so much, but I've seen some that I do like, some that I don't like. Some of them are super thin with not very good coloring. Others are, when I look at photos, some of them have a slightly thicker leaf but a really bold color. It could be, again, the difference between taking a photo in the spring, early spring when it's still cold outside, versus middle of summer. But this one is Lotus Blossom. So this is the tag, Lotus Blossom. And there are the leaves right there. It's a beautiful pink with a variegation. This is the tag again. And look at the beautiful white variegation in there. It does look like a beautiful flower. So I'm collecting different types of Sempervivum. It's really difficult with Sempervivum because a lot of them look the same. They're very similar. You get the spiderweb ones, you get the non-spiderweb ones. Some of them get bigger, some of them are smaller. I've had a few that are really interesting in the springtime, where they start off as a tight ball and then they open up, and those are really cool. I need to find those again. I don't have any anymore, but yeah, my collection is ever growing with Sempervivin. So again, that was Lotus Blossom, well-drained soil, full sun, excellent plants to grow. Another one is, this is not a Sempervivin, this is a Sedum, and this one is Sun Sparkler Dream Dazzler. Look at that tag. I think that's the photo that came in when I looked at it in the magazine or online, and it's just a stunning plant. I have Sun Sparkler Lime Zinger, and I love the plant. And I'm hoping that it will be very similar to the Lime Zinger, except with this beautiful pink edge. And what does it say? It says that it's going to have, what color did the flowers say? Raspberry colored flowers. Can you imagine? I hope that means that they're more red than orange, but they could be an orangey red. I've seen orange flowering sedums, so hopefully this is more of a red, deep red. So stay tuned for that. I might try to take a few cuttings from this. I'm noticing that it's starting to branch off. They're starting to create little offsets or offshoots. So if I trim it back, it might root in and be beautiful, and I'll make a slightly larger plant for next season. I don't want to get overboard because these can tend to travel over time. So I might want to just enjoy it small while I can. So with any of these creeping or trailing sedums, you just need to make sure that you're keeping them in check, because they can overwhelm a garden. Sometimes these variegated ones grow a little bit slower, so they're easier to maintain, but sedums I have in the past at other homes had problems with them getting into the lawn, and they're just hard to get out. Easy to pull out, but any leaf that drops can potentially grow, so it just becomes a hassle over time, but they're beautiful plants. So again, this is Sedum Sun Sparkler Dream Dazzler. So beautiful. And this one's supposed to get 8 inches tall and 18 inches wide. It could be indefinite if you let it. So yeah, let's see how this grows in the garden. And last but not least, this one will be in the ones that I bring in category. It doesn't look so good in shipping. It had a bag tied around it, and the soil was falling out, and yeah, it'll be fine. I've just got to dust it. When I repot it, I'm just going to dust all that dirt out of the central core. This is a Mangave. This is Mangave praying hands, and I'll put a photo of what praying hands looks like up in the top corner as it matures. The leaves come up kind of like an artichoke, an airy artichoke, for lack of better words, and I thought it was really cool, and I'm going to put this in a fun little pot and put it on my front step with my other Mangave. Totally recommend buying a Mangave if you haven't already. It's a cross between Manfreda and Agave, and they're a little bit, sometimes, there's so many different varieties and all of them have different traits, but they tend to have a slightly softer leaf, not as pokey, and the thorns are not as sharp, typically. There are exceptions to the rules where some are going to be firmer, but I find that my lavender lady in the front is gorgeous, and I don't get poked by it, and it has such a presence. I wanted to increase that population, and I thought this would be the perfect one to try. So this is Praying Hands Mangave. So that is all of the plants that I got from Phoenix Perennial, minus the one that was not there due to a crop failure. This one I actually added in after the fact, so they were really, really good at catering to me, because I was waiting and waiting and waiting, emailing, and then I saw this one that I wanted to add to my cart, but I didn't want to pay extra shipping for just one plant, and they graciously added it to my order, and I paid an additional fee for it. Now we're just working on getting my account settled. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this plant haul. I am going to enjoy planting these today. Anyway, let me know what you're getting this year. What sort of online plant sellers are you using, and what are your thoughts on them? I personally prefer to go and buy things in person, but sometimes the selection is better at other greenhouses that are not in my area. So online is a nice option. So anyway, until next time, you guys, happy growing.